Esta conferencia comenzará a grabarse.
The first one will be the conceptual framework, and after that we will pass through two other blocks. We try to identify the disruptions and the needs that the projects could be suffering at this moment by the COVID crisis. I don't know if this is the case for you or not. We will see. Okay. If there are these kind of disruptions, it will be very good to hear about them. Okay, and if that's the case, another step will be to speak about possible solutions. Okay, if not, we will share those minutes with the rest of the attendants to hear their comments or experiences or proposals on what you have shared before. Okay. That's the general idea, and my recommendation is for those that doesn't speak, please put your microphone off, okay? And I will check if we have with us Esteban. Sorry, I don't see him. We will wait just 1 minute for him, okay? While we wait for him, I just want to tell you that today is our first day focused on the partnerships of industrial modernization platform. Esteban, welcome.
Hello. Good morning. How are you?
Thank you. Fine, fine. No, very happy to finally organize this session with you, with Urada. Thank you very much, because your help has been great and very important for this session. And we look forward also for future sessions. We will continue with these reflections. But today the floor is yours. Please introduce us to the speakers.
Yeah, I think today is an important day because we will see good regions working together since 5 years in order to achieve competitiveness. So these 5 years has been really relevant in order to identify ways of cooperation. And the good thing is that they are open. They are open for the inclusion, as we said before in these dialogues in the morning, to other actors, mainly to involve companies. But the cluster that we have many representatives today are very good actors to bring us the SMEs, which are always needed in order to have a consistent territorial cooperation. But let me introduce you briefly what is the idea, and then you realize. So Europe is very diverse, and we are organized in regions. It doesn't have any sense that each region had replicate the different infrastructure or material that other region will have. So the idea is to establish system which is a common sense of cooperation, where we decide bottom up where we should have things in common. For example, and I'm going to give you examples because you have been listening to them in the past days. Yesterday we were talking about Lombardia, and in Lombardy they have an interesting laboratory of testing printed circuits in plastic materials. It doesn't have the most advanced regions in plastic material replicate this type of laboratory. So they are working together in this platform that we say, where they have this laboratory in Lombardy and serves, for example, to the people, to the entities, to the companies that are developing this product in Catalonia. The same happens with pilot plants. There are specific pilot plants that can be used and don't have any sense to replicate. For example, in the north of the Netherlands, there is a pilot plant to test how wastewater from hospitals are cleaning, because they had some difficulties. This is a very specific facility that could be done there. As well, access to specific industrial facilities. Big corporations sometimes, in order to innovate, they are opening their industrial plan and their doors for testing. Or one of the things that we discussed as well in these mornings in the partnership, because you don't know, but you have already many presentations of this partnership. Some weeks ago, we have a presentation of the tourist partnership for safety and data. And they are currently as well planning to have a European school about how to manage safety and data. It's a very specialized training and don't have any sense to replicate, and we have to cooperate. So taking this into consideration, many years ago, 5 to 6 years ago, some regions decide to work together, and it's what we call the Vanguard Initiative, that yesterday you have a presentation. And following the example of the Vanguard Initiative, the European Commission established what we call the Smart Specialization Platform for Regional Cooperation. There are 3, one in energy, another one in agriculture and food, and the third one in industrial modernization. That is the one we are planning here. Inside of each of these big platforms, there are thematic areas. And today we are going to have 4 thematic areas, one in mining, another one in SMEs for the integration of Industry 4.0, another one in social economy, and one of the most recent one created, which was the regions working in hydrogen, and something very, very promising. To all of these partnership is the future. So I am very happy and grateful to the speakers that are here to present, because it's the future of territorial cooperation and the regional economic development. And the Commission and some entities try to support as much as possible these bottom-up initiatives. And one of the initiatives that is supporting them is the Reconfig initiative of the European Commission. In that initiative, we help them to develop a common vision, what they think where they should cooperate. Then later, we try to be more specific and define projects. So today you are going to see several projects that they are doing in a practical term. So you will not see only we are working together, but you will see what they are really doing and where they are open. And the services go beyond of the European Commission and help them to establish business plan in order to develop this project together by, for example, applying for funds to the European Investment Bank. And normally they will match with private funds, and that's why your role is important, and these projects are open. So I hope the session will be interesting for you, and we will have an interesting debate later about how to use this cooperation, regional cooperation, in order to facilitate the competitiveness in the current context. Thank you very much.
Of that. You are very welcome. I'm sure of that. I'm sure that it will be very, very interesting. So we will start now with Ilka, sorry. I am going to give you the presentation rights, Ilka.
Yeah.
Okay. Now.
Now I have to share the screen. Okay. Perfect. Okay, can you see this?
Yes. Not in presentation mode.
Okay, well, if you would like to have the presentation mode, is it right?
Perfect.
Perfect.
That's perfect. Thank you.
All right. So I would like to say some words about the mining industry and global value chain, our thematic partnership we are running here, and I'm a leader of that together with the Lapland. So where I'm coming from the business Joensuu. It's anyway, we are a partner of ERAD as well. So it's very understandable that this project is our focus is there a business driven project as well, because this is our focus to help the businesses here in our region. First, I have to tell you who are involved to this partnership. You can see here there's a north and east, north and west, north and south alliance we do have. So in the northern countries there is a Sweden, one from Sweden, one region, and it's Västerbotten, and then there's North Karelia, Lapland from Finland, and Kainuu from Finland. So there's a 4 from northern countries, and then there is the southern countries from Spain. We do have 3 regions: Castilla, Leon, Asturias, and Andalusia, and then there's the central Portugal, and then Sterea Elada from Greece. So this is so-called North-South alliance for me right now. And this is a situation at the moment. And it is, I think that it's lively alliance as well in the future. What are our preliminary thematic areas has been from the beginning? The main focus is empowerment of SMEs in global value chains. As we all know that the mining industry has a large value chains, and how to get the SMEs into these value chains. This is the main focus. And there's a lot of topics like critical raw materials production, new technologies, and sustainable mining, industrial circular economy, social acceptance, education and training. But these are preliminary thematic areas, and I think that the real projects are raising up from the needs of businesses. This is our idea. And what are we doing right now is that we have started quite late compared with the other thematic partnerships, because we had our first kickoff meeting in the last September, and after that we have done a mapping in different regions. And the first of all, we have done a mapping of businesses. I mean that we are just trying to identify the businesses, real names of the businesses, and which part of value chains, the mining value chains, they are involved right now, and where we could find an opportunities for new incoming businesses. And so we're looking for the seeds who has an opportunity to join. So this has been very important work. So we know the names right now. And the next step is that we are looking for the matchmaking process to matchmake those businesses together. And well, the corona has caused a bit problems for us, because the first matchmaking event we have planned to have in Spain in October, and it seems to be that, well, it's a bit risky to arrange that there already, but anyway, we are going forward with this matchmaking process right now. And another one is that we're mapping project ideas, bigger project ideas, mapping from every region. And we will talk about this more tomorrow with our thematic partnership group. So to get up, to find out there. Then this is a common view to our partnership and the phase we are doing right now. So it's in the beginning, we are mapping things and we're going forward. But I'm going to tell you some words about our project idea and our environment we are working here in our region. and this is the basis for this industrial modernization partnership as well. And here you can see our, let's say, surroundings where we are working. There's a local and regional level, there's a European level and a global level. And we've been working a lot with European Union projects like, as you can see here in the left-hand side here, Remix, with the 9 European region. It is a mining-based project as well. And then Miro project, some of you are partners in these ones, 4 years. So getting to know better to our partners and regions, and it has been years. And then we've been working with OECD in a mining region and cities project, and I'm also a member of OECD group, which is thinking about these kind of things happening in mining in the regions. So these all things are supporting our industrial modernization partnership, and in this, all of these are going to promote or let's say foster our process. Outokumpu Mining Camp, it is called that name. And what is the mining camp? The mining camp is idea of a bigger entity, environment, ecosystem or hub, and it is based in Outokumpu region, which is an old mining city. And there we had a second largest copper mine in Europe 40 years ago, and it was closed then. And after that, there has been a transition phase for the new businesses. And what is that? Is that there is a lot of expertise in mining in that from that time. And there is 3 main things where my idea of Outokumpu Mining Camp is based. That in Outokumpu there is, for example, we have a big or very promising Fincobalt nickel copper mine project up there right now, and it is in feasibility phase. And after 2 years, we will make a decision if the mine is coming or not. But it seems to be very promising. It's there in the city of Outokumpu, in old mine tunnels. We find this ore. And then there is a geological survey of Finland, which is quite a large. They do have a long-term experience of minerals and mineral processing, 100 years. And they do have a pilot plant in Outokumpu right now. And their interest is to develop this pilot plant forward. I can say some words about that later. And then there's Outokumpu Industrial Park. And I mentioned this transition phase, and it means that it's been in a main role there in the transition. There's a lot of small and medium-sized enterprises, which is growing under this industrial park. Okay, and then there's universities and all those things. But anyway, these 3 things are the main operators right now. Okay, I'm going to. You can see here a picture of this industrial park. And the industrial park, it means that there's a lot of small and bigger companies. And one big company I have to mention is Outotec. You may be, if you are involved in the mining business, you know that this is worldwide provider of mining equipments, and it's very, very interesting and have a lot of services as well. And here you can see the Mintec premises, and they are nearby to Outotec. And the third thing is this Fincobalt, which is only 500 meters from here. This is like a small laboratory where we are providing and where we are testing how this process is going on over. Some words about Autotech, but because a lot of time, I don't say anything about that. But this is what is the core of this process is the Mintech in Finland. Mintech is a plant of GDK I just mentioned, which is planning a new things. So full digitalization and automation for the minerals processing pilot plant. It's the only in the world and coming up pretty soon. And the development plan is to create a new pilot plant where is it two simultaneous processes. It's a digitalization, digitwin, and the things are happening at the same time in the real world. So this is something really new. And there is a co-working space, smart tailing pond, fully automated chemical analysis, deep cooperation, technology suppliers, startups. So this is the whole entity and idea. And there's a two focus. One focus is a circular economy, and the second one is a battery minerals, both of them. And Finland is pushing them, and I think the Europe as well, those both things forward very, very highly. So shortly, I would like to say that I have spent my time and thank you very much. I would like to answer questions if I can. Thank you very much.
Thank you to you, Ilkka. Yes, we will come later to the question phase, but for now it's better if we jump directly to the next speaker, that is Simona Vernon from the SME Integration to Industry 4.0 project. Simona, are you there?
Hello. Yes, I'm
Hello.
here. Hello.
Perfect.
I apologize for any noise because I'm working outside. Small house, a lot of people. So
It's a nice noise because I am hearing birds. So
okay.
very nice. Okay, I giving you the presentation rights.
Okay, thank you.
We are
Everybody sees
seeing
it?
it. Yes, please put it in
Okay.
presentation mode if you can. Perfect. Now it's perfect.
There you go.
The floor is yours.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, hi everyone. Thank you so much for inviting us. I will briefly present the organization I come from and then the Income project, which is about SMEs and their integration and transition towards Industry 4.0. So, TIPOS is a cluster that was originally established by the government of Slovenia and the municipality of Celje, which is one of the bigger cities in Slovenia. And what our role is that we help our clients design optimized products and troubleshoot problems. We basically have four areas of operation. One is the engineering services. There we help companies design, we help them model, we help them simulate, see where the issues are, and solve them, of course. Then we have the applied research. So we're working with companies in Slovenia and more so also internationally with research centers. And we are doing research on various things. Currently, a lot of our focus is on about biodegradable materials and biodegradable paints and things like that. Then we have specialist trainings for manufacturing companies in Slovenia. And the fourth area, which is my area of expertise, for lack of a better word, is the industrial association, where our role is to support companies in their prototyping. We help build the ecosystem of manufacturing companies in Slovenia, and we connect them internationally, of course. So basically, if I go just back for a second, our revenue comes about 1/3 from industrial support to companies and engineering services, and about 1/3 from our membership fees, and 1/3 from research projects. This is basically what we do in our engineering services. Also, I apologize in advance because I'm a social scientist, experts. So if there's any very specific and technical questions, I will gladly write them down and get back to you on that. And then on the applied research, we do material processing, materials, multiphysics, mechatronics. We manage projects, prepare them. A lot of times we support our members in their development of projects, and or we do just partially some of the expertise for them. We were established in 1994. As said, currently we're owned by the government of Republic of Slovenia. We're governed by the municipality of Celje and by the Chamber of Commerce. And you see here where we're located. So we're located in the eastern part of Slovenia, very close still, as you know, some of you know, Slovenia is quite small, so very close to everything. Anyway, we have 22 employees. Our budget is about 1.8 million euros. And one thing that maybe some of you would be interested in is that most of our employees are also German speaking, but of course English is a normal thing. So to go to the income project, the idea came from the the thematic platforms, S3, as Ilka already presented. Within that platform, there was an initiative by Reconfirm to support projects during the technical assistance facility. So basically the idea is to have experts that will support partnerships in developing their business plans. We partnered with Comet, which is a cluster from Italy, from Trieste. And the idea is to design a laboratory of a network of laboratories of pilot plants to validate solutions, to shorten time to market period, to minimize the risk of value of debt, and to advance existing business models. During the conversations or talks about how to apply for the technical assistance facility, we chose some technology focuses, of course, and it's additive manufacturing technologies, big data analytics, machine learning and artificial intelligence, data simulation and optimization, Internet of Things, advanced manufacturing solutions, and augmented reality. This is the regions that initially participated in this initiative. However, as I said, during the technical assistance facility call, it was just Comet and us that decided to apply in the first phase. And I will briefly explain later why, how that happened. The idea is also to have a one-stop shop that will support broader and faster take-up of new disruptive technologies. The network will in the future tackle the full spectrum of processes and will provide solutions. So we will have demonstration facilities and service centers. We will have equipment, fast prototyping and solution testing equipment. The infrastructure, we will support access to new markets and large companies. We would like to establish direct access to research facilities, of course, to certification services and any other helps company might need. So the whole reasoning behind income is actually to provide the fast track to market due to relative limitations of public research facilities that exist in the regions of the partnership. Currently, we received the first level support from technical assistance facility. What we're doing is we're developing investment protocols, we're defining our business models and services. We also included already a new partner, which is Area Science Park from Trieste, from Padriciano. And the investment size right now for both laboratories currently involved is about 30 million euro. What some of our challenges are in this stage is that, of course, the COVID-19. The second challenge is that if we look at Comet, if we look at TECOS, if we look at Area Science Park, there's different institutions with different business models or just operating systems. So when we're trying to define the business model for the network of laboratories, we have to deal also with the institutional, let's say, challenges. So we already got a request for a new partner from Tuscany, but because we're still dealing with the business model definition and just operational things, we would like to first define that and then move on to new partners, which are of course very, very welcome, and we're more than happy to keep anyone interested updated. Just there's some complex issues and models need to be defined maybe first, or at least resolved. We're defining services currently, and it's again about, because it's a cross-border or transregional initiative, the common definition, the complementarity of services is currently in the process of defining, and we're also defining investments, basically, because Area Science Park, let's say, is nationally supported institutions. We need to define which laboratory will do what, and then again, of course, the funding is the next step that we will tackle in the future period. And this is very briefly about income and about TAPAS, and if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them going forward.
Thank you very much, Simona. We will come back to you soon, but now I would like to introduce Mikel Irujo from the government of Navarra. Mikel, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Welcome.
Thank you.
We are not so far physically. So I will give you the presentation rights if you want to present.
Okay, now I have it. So I will share this. And yeah, wait, it's only that I should put like presentation way, and that's it. It should work.
Not yet, yeah?
Yes. Okay.
No, perfect.
Yeah, so no, first of all, thanks a lot to all you. Of course, thanks a lot to Esteban as well. It's a usual suspect in Brussels organizing events. So now I will just present you another partnership, who is a social economy partnership. Because we decided to launch this partnership because we really believe that the social economy can be a tool for regional growth. So let's see. Now it's my computer, it doesn't work. Okay. So the first thing is just to know what is social economy, because it's true that there are many, many definitions. It's not very well understood. I mean, what is social economy about? Because we are talking about economy, but with social values. Is what we often present this kind of table, because as you see, I mean, we are aligned with the values that are already settled in the Treaty of the European Union. So it's really linked to the values of all of us as a union. But at the end, the social economy is it's economy that put the individual, the social objective over the capital. It also implies a certain kind of democratic control by the members. Okay, so all the big decisions are made through democratic channels. This is a big difference between the usual enterprise, and also because it really combines the interest of the members with the interest of the society. So this is something that it's also important. The company itself, it must have a social vision. And of course, this means that the benefits, for instance, is all the time reinvested. So it is true that if you really want to become a very rich person, it's not your option. That is true. But if your vision is more the society, how to improve the society, how to work together with other people, how to integrate the values in your own company, then you may be a social economy company. Because it is something that we really underline in our partnership. When we talk about social economy, we talk about companies, about enterprises, about capital as well. So according to the European Commission, there are 2 million of social economy enterprises in Europe. So they represent 10% of all businesses in the EU. And so this means that there are more than 11 million people working in social economy companies. And I need also to underline this, because social economy is not only about, pay attention or fulfill social needs, or it's not only focused on social care, social services, social welfare. Because, it's a big part of what the European Union launched in 2017, the social pillars, okay, so it's a big part, but it's also economy. So in Navarra, in my region, for instance, we have a big companies for automotive, for renewables, of course, the agri-food industry, they are included. We have companies, big companies of more than 500 and even more than 2,000 employees working and being competitive in their sectors. So it is also about competitiveness. So don't think also about how to answer to social needs. It's also about, as I say, economy. So saying so, my PowerPoint is blocked again. Okay, so we decided to launch a social economy partnership. Our partnership, as you see, is led by my region, Navarra, but so it's also part of them is Lapland, who was already spoken at the beginning of this conference. I have seen Christina Jokalainen there in the audience, so she was very involved at the beginning of this project. Emilia-Romagna, Slovenia as a country, and Murcia, and as I have seen, Navarra as a leader. So what our aim is to improve the competitiveness. Okay, so this is about how to compete in the market, having social economy values, but we need to be competitive as a company. We need to embed the social economy in our region's smart specialization strategy. So it's really how to convince, how to spread our message in the regions. Of course, we have to improve the better cooperation, cross-border cooperation, value chains. I mean, this is common to all the partnerships. And of course, I mean, something that we are very important is how to attract talent. Talent, of course, talent as a market vision, but talent as a very important talent trained in social economy values and competitiveness. So our main investment idea is now being developed. So we really want to, our idea is to create a European business school of social economy. Why? Because of course we see that the social economy, it's really fragmented definition within the European Union. So each country assumes social economy with the different visions and strategies. So first of all, this means that we really need to spread this message of we need to have people trained and fully aware that social economy is also, I insist on this idea about how to create competitiveness in respecting the values of social economy in the market. So what we want to do is to create this professional support, this capacity building of social economy enterprises. Of course, in order to develop this business school, we need to come with rely on the social economy stakeholders, what are enterprises, business training centers, and of course, among others, public authorities, regional social economy clusters. And how we do that? I mean, the idea is to create an European platform. It will be in the form of a European cooperative in order to provide a specialized online training, methodologies, tools, policy labs, and of course, relying on social economy clusters in order to complement this platform in a very structured process. My PowerPoint is going really slow, so sorry for this. But our response on this is that what we proved, as is something that has been demonstrated during the last economic crisis, and now we are facing a challenge, we're responding to COVID-19, is that all over Europe, social economy enterprises, they answer much better to the crisis than regular companies. So during the deep crisis, the financial crisis of 2012-13, during the worst years, social economic companies all over Europe, and this is something that has been achieved by all member states, they increase personnel, they increase the number of employees. So they have demonstrated recently that they are they have much more resilience in front of the economic crisis. So this is because we really believe that we need to spread, we need to, the message about social economy that is respecting some values, but is about being competitive in real economy. So this is what we want to create, real social economy companies competing in real economy and in any sector. And we have many examples of that. Now, I mean, I'm finishing my presentation with a citation of the founder of Mondragon Corporation, that perhaps some of you know is the largest industrial cooperative in the world. Right now, it's near 80,000 employees all over the world, and they are industrial cooperative, so they're competing in different sectors. So I think we do have a lot of models, and what we want to do to contribute with this business school is to have this more resilience economy in front of crisis that could be financial, or they could be provoked by a virus, what is happening to us right now. So thanks a lot for the opportunity, and open for questions.
Thanks. You are very welcome, Mikel. We have been speaking a lot about social economy here. You know that the DG Grow, the unit of Ula Engelmann, has social economy cluster on their umbrella. We have had, I don't know, probably more than 10 sessions with covering a lot of topics. We totally agree with your approach. Social economy has been more resilient and very, very quick in the reaction. We will speak about that later. Thank you. And now the last project, SOE, from the European Hydrogen Valley. Are you there?
Yes, I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes, welcome.
Thank you. I'm really sorry, but I have a problem with my internet connection. Could you please launch the presentation that I sent you this morning? Or
Yes, I can do it. No problem at all. Just
thank you
let
very
me
much.
one moment to take it. One moment, and I will share my screen now. You know, I have so many presentations that sometimes
I'm sorry to bother you with that.
Complicate to understand. No problem at all. It's just that PowerPoint sometimes is a little erratic when you try to make different presentation at the same time. Now, okay, I'm sharing now my screen. So the floor is yours. Thank you.
Great. So I'm sorry, I'm going to bother you with the slides. I'm Zoe Bonin. I work for the Normandy region, and I'm going to present you the European Hydrogen Valleys Partnership. So next slide, please. First, I'm going to give you a quick overview about the partnership, and then I will give you an overview of the projects that are being developed in our working group. Next slide. So a quick reminder of the context of the creation of this partnership. So as you might know, hydrogen is a key lever to decarbonize the EU economy. In November 2018, the European Commission set the ambitious goal of making the EU the first climate neutral economy by 2050. And fuel cells and hydrogen technologies have the potential to achieve this goal, especially in terms of integrating renewable electricity into the grid. But even if the technology is being more and more ready, there is a lack of commercial availability of this technology, and there is the challenge of producing green hydrogen with renewable electricity. Yeah, this green hydrogen is still quite expensive, so it has to be massified. Another point is that European local authorities play a key role in supporting these technologies. Local authorities are involved in a lot of deployment projects. For instance, in Normandy, we had a CEF-financed project called EasyMob. In northern Netherlands, there is a Hydrogen Valleys project financed by the Fuel Cells and Hydrogen Joint Undertaking. So there is a lot of projects supported by local authorities, but we observe that there is a lack of visibility of this action, and local authorities have a weak influence capacity, especially compared to industrial and research players. Next slide, please. So when I say we, the four leaders of the partnership decided to launch this initiative. So there are four coordinating regions: Aragon in Spain, Auvergne-Rhône-Alpes and Normandy in France, and Northern Netherlands in the Netherlands. We received the support of the Reconfirm program, and we launched this partnership in May 2019. So I think we are among the latest partnership that has been launched. Next slide. I think we are also one of the biggest partnership because we gather stakeholders from 35 regions in Europe, located in 13 countries. And among these stakeholders, we have 19 clustered, registered as members, and so taking part in the different activities of the partnership. Next slide. So what are the objectives? We have two main objectives. First, strengthen the visibility and influence capacity of European regions as users of fuel cells and hydrogen technologies. So in order to do that, we wrote several position papers, for instance, on the future Clean Hydrogen Alliance that will be launched at the beginning of July. We contributed to the future EU hydrogen strategy, the future sector integration strategy. We also requested a doubling of the budget of the future Clean Hydrogen Partnership, which will replace the Fuel Cells and Hydrogen Joint Undertaking in 2021. So we have been quite active in the policy side, and it is actually quite fruitful. Regarding our second objective, of course, it is to facilitate joint investment projects. So in order to do that, we did a mapping of the capacities, projects, stakeholders in the member regions. The mapping took place with Reconfirm at the summer 2019. Then we launched 12 thematic working groups covering the whole value chain. And now, I mean, these working groups have been working since November 2019. We have a regular update of this of the work of these working groups during our plenary meetings. And our last plenary meeting took place yesterday, actually. So we had an update not that long ago. And in April 2020, we organized a project and funding workshop with some directorates of the European Commission, like DG Move or DG Clima, and the EIB was also there, the European Investment Bank. And so the working group coordinators presented the projects that are being set up in the working groups in front of, well, potential funders, if I can say so. And it was actually quite successful. Next slide, please. Now, just a small update. Despite the fact that we have a lot of regions on board, the partnership is still growing. New regions are joining almost every week. We set up a transversal working group to deal with common issues like safety, regulation, funding. We developed communication activities. We have a flyer, we are developing a booklet to give visibility to the projects that are being developed. And we also post a lot on LinkedIn. We have a LinkedIn group and we advertise a lot via LinkedIn. But now we reached a limit and we are doing a lot, but we need to find a solution to scale up the partnership and its activities. And this is why we are thinking about a stronger cooperation with Hydrogen Europe, which is the grouping representing the main hydrogen industrial players in Europe, in order to implement the projects that are being developed. Our next plenary meeting will take place in October. And now, I mean, we get ready for the next funding opportunities of the next MFF. Next slide. Now I'm going to give you a very quick overview of the projects that are being developed within the working groups. I have one slide per working groups, so that's a lot, but I won't develop everything. You will have the time to read it. So first, we have a hydrogen production, transport, and storage working group with 7 project ideas in the pipeline. This working group is coordinated by the Aragon H2 Foundation and by CIDO in Castilla y León. Next slide. Then we have an industry working group. So the idea is to green the chemical industry by using hydrogen as a feedstock. This working group is coordinated by the Northern Netherlands. And here, again, we are at information sharing stage. So there is no project. It's really exchanging information between the members. Next slide. Then we have a Hydrogen Valleys and Islands working group that is coordinated by a Swedish and by an Italian partner. Here we have 3 project ideas in the pipeline: High Visit, High Energy Manager, and High Invest that cover the whole stage of development of H2 Valleys. And here it's quite advanced, but the working group is looking for European funding opportunities. Next slide. The ports and boats working group that is coordinated by Brittany is also quite advanced. They have 3 projects in the pipelines: the development of a H2 vessel fleet, the development of river hydrogen corridors, and the development of a hydrogen carrier to support to supply ports with hydrogen. So here also there is a good dynamic. Next slide. Then we have a long distance coaches working group coordinated by a French and a Portuguese partner. Here there was a project that was set up and there was an application to the last call of the fuel cells and hydrogen joint undertaking, but it doesn't mean that the working group will stop working. It is still very active. Next slide. Then we have a train working group that is coordinated by an Italian region. And here it's a bit like the industry working group. It's at the stage of the information sharing concept development ID. Next slide. We have a bikes working group also, hydrogen bikes, that is also at early stage of development, but we have a project ID that is in the pipeline. Next slide. A safety working group, because safety is really important when we talk about hydrogen. Here there is a project that has been developed. And the coordinator gave us an update yesterday, actually, saying that now the working group is on pause because they are looking for European funding opportunity. They cannot really go further, but still, it's an important topic, so we will continue dealing with it in the transversal working group. Next slide. Then the next 3 slides, actually, it's the buses, trucks, and refueling stations working group. It's coordinated by the same partners, 2 Spanish partners. And here we really talk about heavy investments. And so again, it is information sharing to see what local authorities and partners can do to encourage the development. Yeah. Thank you. And then the last working group, it's the fuel cells. It's the only working group coordinated by a private actor, private company. And here it's not very active. We are thinking about actually closing this working group because the development of fuel cells is not really the competence of local authorities. It's more the business of a company. So, but still, it was interesting to have it in our portfolio. And next and last slide, thank you. So I'm sorry, I went really quick, but you will have the presentation, and don't hesitate to have a careful look at the slide. If you have questions, do not hesitate to send me or to send an email to our common email address. We have a LinkedIn group and we have a website on the S3 platform. So yeah, do not hesitate to have a look. Thank you very much.
Thank you, merci beaucoup. Please, every speaker, share your presentation with us, if you don't mind, and we will put it in the ECCP platform where we are publishing the recording and the presentation of every session. Before jumping to the open dialogue, I would like to invite Fernando Merida Martin from the GRC to present what they are doing from then there in this topic. Fernando, are you there?
Yeah. Can you listen to me? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Welcome, Fernando. Thank you very much.
Thank
Would
you.
you like to present something?
No, just a small comment. A small comment. We have been. Thank you, Antonio, for this series of very interesting webinar you are organizing during these last weeks or even months. Myself and Isabel Señor, my colleague in the GRC, has been listening these very interesting presentations with you during this day, and also we have been participating, listening to other of the webinars. In this particular case, we are really pleased that you have organized, with the support of Esteban, this particular meeting on these 4 partnerships. But it's interesting for us to tell you that these 4 partnerships are part of a very extensive network that we have already created, that we have within the 3 thematic platforms that in the territorial development unit of the GRC have been supporting for several years, platforms on energy and industrial modernization, and also in agri-food, platforms and partnership that has a very extensive participation from different regions and member states. We have participation close to 200 administrative units coming from different regions all over the European Union, and also member states are participating, as you have shown in it has been shown during these presentations. Member states, Slovenia is a very active partner in many of the partnership. I'm very glad to see that our colleagues from the partnerships has mentioned the website that we have at the GRC. you can find, I really invite you to visit this website where you are going to find extensive information about the activities that the platforms are doing and also the partnerships are doing, what kind of project pilots, actions, and so on they have been developing during these years, and what has been the results, the results that are thinkable now, that we can talk about the specific things that has been already achieved, most of them regarding the learning that the different regions have achieved by talking with them, with each other during these years, creating these mapping capacities that has been developed to try to fill the gaps in the value chain, facilitating joint investments, projects, and so on. But it has been a very tiring effort, but very rewarding effort at the same time, because we think that it's really an important and essential part of the global spirit of the European Union to go beyond the current situation of interregional cooperation, particularly in those areas that the region has identified as critical, as crucial for them. So we are quite pleased to see that the number of partnerships are increasing, the interest of regions is there. We have, as I mentioned, 32, but there are another one that is in the pipeline to be also approved in the coming weeks. So, well, it's a situation that is very rewarding for us, and we think that even the complexity of these processes, because as you can see, listening to the presentation of the 4 colleagues that has been presenting these 4 partnerships, the interest is high, but the dedication is also high. So it's interesting, really, again, rewarding for us to see that even with the difficulties and the complexities, regions are really involved, and the interest they have in continuing the efforts is there. So from our perspective at the GRC, we are really happy about the commitment that regions have shown during these years. I think that we can, in the future, probably we could have another seminar in which we can present more directly what has been the contents of the activities, what has been the dynamics of the activities in the different partnerships during these years. But for now, I should stop here. Thanks, Antonio.
You are very welcome, Fernando, and for sure we are very interested in hearing that, knowing that, and encouraging the involvement of our members, companies, SMEs, and clusters on your projects. So we need to organize that not so far in the time. Okay. For your information, we will have another session on the chemical industrial platform on the 7th of July. Okay, July 7, 8:30. It's confirmed that we will have that session, and I know also that the industrial platform that is waiting for the final approval is also interested in make a presentation with us through Francisco Vigalondo, that is working hardly on that. Okay, so thank you very much, and we have now 30 minutes for comments, questions, and open dialogue about what we have been seeing. Anyone is the first?
Yes, hello. If I can start. I'm Lucie Durocher from the region Sud Provence-Alpes-Côte d'Azur. So I'm here thanks to my colleague Christine Garota, that you may know, who is in charge of cluster policy at the region. Thanks a lot for the interesting meetings you're organizing, and for this one in particular. So we've seen that there is a lot of interest from regions in participating in this kind of platforms, from regions and clusters. In our region, we also have a lot of clusters involved in different ETRI partnerships, and they really see the advantage of working at the interregional level on this topic. We know that the DG Regio is planning to launch a new tool to support interregional projects coming out from the platforms, so what we call the Interreg Component 5. I was wondering if any of you had information about the kind of state of play of this Interreg Component 5. Have you heard anything about its preparation, the preparation of the work program, maybe for the first calls? So an exchange on that if any of you had information.
Thank you for the question. Anyone could share information about that? If not, we can keep that question.
Antonio, it's Marek speaking. Yeah, but I'm DG Grow now, not DG Regio, but still we are all the same European Commission. So there's, of course, negotiations going on in between Parliament and Council and the European Commission in view of the new financial perspective. The thing is, it's rather sure that we will have this component soon. DG Regio, I hope if there's nobody from DG Regio, then I can say we'll launch the survey on this component, and things are moving. So, but this component will not be launched sooner than 2021 when all the legislation is put in place. So at this moment, the survey will be launched, and probably everyone will be invited to participate in the survey. Thank you.
Is this the consultation on interregional innovation investment instrument or not?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, because I can tell you that Valentina Pina is yes, we are speaking out a presentation of this consultation during the next weeks. So we will have the opportunity to have details.
We will have, yeah. She will present it here.
So perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Marek.
Great, thank you.
More questions or comments? I can share with you also, speaking about social economy, Mikel, that as I told you before, there are a area that is managed, as far as I know, from Karel van der Poorten, dedicated to social cluster. And in fact, we are working to close the bridge to be nearer to the social economy and social cluster, but also social economy in general during the next phase of our activities, because we have observed and we have acted together with them during the past weeks, months. Okay, at the beginning of the crisis in March, that collaboration was critical, and we help to build a direct relationship between what were the needs that were coming from the institution, but also from the society, and the capacities that most or lot of companies all across Europe put at the disposal of that needs, mostly in a voluntary basis. And just for your information, we are also working on a presentation to be done soon on one idea that is called a social stock. I think it's that is led by the Torino. Sorry, because I don't remember the proper name, but Social Torino. Ilaria, are you there? Yeah.
Yes, I'm here.
And the name is Social Torino. Sorry.
Torino Social Impact Cluster.
Thank you very much, because it was not in my memory. Okay, so Mikel and whoever is interested, don't hesitate to join us, and because here we are really focused on building those bridges. Thank you.
Okay, then.
Antonio?
Mikel, yeah, just one minute. Yes, we. I mean, we are in close touch with, of course, the unit of Ula Engelmann. They are indeed in copy of all the emailing that we produce as a partnership, so that they are really, we are in a close contact. Of course, in the partnerships, in our partnership, sorry, we have the network Reves and Social Economy Europe, both of them. And we have been following this new possible action plan for social economy that the European Commission is preparing at this moment. So yes, I'm more than ready. And of course, I mean, I don't forget Esteban, because we are members of Jurada, and of course, I mean, they are always very good network in order to be involved in. But of course, I mean, we are more than interested, and in this moment, indeed, we are doing our market research. So we are more than ready to, and I mean, to be in contact with any other region that could be interested in this project. So we are very open to receive any comment from Torino, for instance, or if we can just be in touch with them, we are more than open.
Thank you, thank you. I need to say that these sessions are organized by the European Cluster Alliance, but we call them, this group, we call this group the European Alliance Against Coronavirus, because it's not only composed by the clusters, but it's open to everybody. So this is not this is a common field to speak about projects and to move them, if it's possible, to put them in action. So my feeling, our feeling is that Esteban is part of the group, okay, and Eurada is part of the group, and so we are all together here.
Antonio?
Antonio?
Yes. I don't know who
Francisco Vigalondo speaking.
Hello, Francisco.
I have just a short comment. I'd like to say that even the partnerships are managed by regions, promoted and managed by regions. The participation of clusters within these partnerships is critical for achieving the objective of developing investment projects. This is not that some cases the region is involved in a partnership with a cluster. But sometimes it's perfectly possible a cluster could be interested in joining a partnership, and at this moment the cluster can contact this partnership, and the partnership will say, okay, the interest is clear, you can participate with us. The only requirement is that at this moment this cluster get a letter of support from the region, in this case. But the process is very simple. So I think, for instance, for the partnership which Aragon is involved, but I think in general that the European Clusters Alliance will be maybe promote also the participation of these clusters in the partnerships. I don't know how, but I suppose you can find a solution. Yes, because at this moment maybe the involvement of clusters in this partnership is not very high. For instance, so Evelyn mentioned for hydrogen, we are very interested in involve more SMEs, more companies in general, to have a critical mass to develop this project, and cluster can be very useful for this task. So that's my comment. Thank you.
Thank you, Francisco. That's a very important classification. Yeah,
Antonio, this is Fernando. This is Fernando. Yes, regarding this comment made by Francisco. Hi, Francisco. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Yes, it's essential that there is active participation of some clusters in some of these 32 partnerships that I mentioned before. And it's critical, as he has mentioned, because the connection with the industrial stakeholders is of course a natural element of the clusters, of course. So the way that within the clusters is no is known the different dynamics to involve different stakeholders, the complexities of the participation of companies within this kind of activities, and the way of understanding the common interests and common needs that the clusters has been developing for years, it could be a very, very important trigger for the activity of the partnerships, no doubt about that. And as I said, we have some cases of partnerships participating very actively in them. I have forgotten a small comment before, and I would like to mention now, because Antonio, you have been talking about the COVID. We have sent a survey to our partnerships, trying to understand what has been the activities that the partnership have done, if any, in trying to fight the coronavirus, or the regions participating within the partners has been conducting in the short term, as actions in the short term, not in the long term, that are going to be analyzed in a different way. But it is very interesting for us to use the capacity of the partnerships and the contacts within the regions to see how resilient were the innovation systems at the moment of the pandemic, at the first moment of the pandemic, and how regions have responded. I think that you have organized a meeting some days ago about that, and it was presented the case of Valencia, for instance, and the textile cluster, and how the textile cluster has been integrating in their activities, its activities with the university and with other stakeholders in the region. So we are now in the process of receiving the responses to our survey to see how this ecosystem has responded to the pandemic. Thanks.
That's perfect. We are speaking a lot about resilience. I will show you one slide. Sorry, because it's not working very well. The Professor Athanasios Konstantopoulos from Greece is very, very clear in his explanation, but he always say that resilience is a property of the network, not of the nodes. So networks are the resilience, and we try to reinforce that approach. So your study will be very, very interesting for us, and please share it with us as soon as you have it. And if we can help you, for sure we will do that.
Thank you.
And also we need to help you on the integration of clusters and the SMEs, the companies, and the large company, because we don't need to, we should not forget that the large companies are also in the clusters, and we are linking them with the SMEs, with the capacities of the SMEs. And in this linkage is where there are a lot of value from our activities. Okay, thank you. More comments or questions? I am sure that there are other questions and comments. I will ask any of the speakers about what kind of disruptions are you aware that are still affecting your projects or your members' projects. Okay, what kind of disruption are still there? If you are able to identify one, perhaps everything back to the normal. Okay, but would you share with us? We have been speaking of raw materials, for example.
Ilka is here. I can say something.
Please do
so about this partnership, this from the point of view of mine, I've seen that it's been very useful. This partnership has been very useful, but what is the challenges here in this partnership for me? It's that the regions have very different resources for this partnership. We have to remember that this partnership, it's a voluntary based, and at the same time there is a lot of different networks, partnerships, all those ecosystems where our partners are working in. And this is not the main job or main work for the partners usually. And some regions do not have so much resources as the other ones. And how to find out the best partners of this network or from the Europe. This is the question we are faced with. Where are the best partners? Who's the best partner for me to work with and find out a good solutions and profit from that? And this is, I think this is a structural question, but I have found that bit challenging here. And then I think that there is some partners which will rise up and connect their interests together better than the others, and it goes like this. But that was my opinion of this partnership, which is very good as well.
If I may, I'm Mikkel from the social economy perspective. So with regarding, I mean, the response as a partnership, as it has been previously said, perhaps is the reality is so heterogeneous. So it's not the partnership itself, the one who is responding immediately to the crisis. Okay, but from one hand, I mean, we have seen all over Europe, and this has been a lot of experiences have been collected by DigiGrow. Different, many good practices responding the COVID crisis. First thing, I mean, was very immediate, how to build these respirators or this material that was really lacking in the first weeks, for instance. And then there were a lot of social initiative coming and joining different companies, social companies or not, but joining them in a very spontaneous, I could say, way. So this is really a social innovation example that we really need to keep after this crisis. So this is first point. Secondly, thinking in more short, medium term, I have already underlined, I mean, social economy companies has demonstrated, first of all, more resilience. I won't repeat that. But secondly, something that I haven't mentioned is the territoriality. So the territory. Social economy companies are very linked to the territory. So why, I mean, in Navarra, we made this reflection of including social economy in our smart specialization strategy. It's because we have seen, and it's quite common to see how a local company start growing. It grows. It's really become a large company, not even an SME anymore. And when it becomes a large company, often, not always, but often, comes another huge multinational and it takes it. So at the end, I mean, the big companies are not attached to the territory anymore. They are still there. They are very important for our economy. We are very happy to have big companies in Navarra, but they are not attached to the territory anymore. Something that doesn't happen with the social economy companies. And I insist, we have large ones. It's 15% of our total economy is based on social economic companies. So I just wanted to underline this territoriality. First, because, I mean, now we are starting this debate about the lack of the European industry producing sensitive and sensible materials regarding health. We are too dependent from China in some things. And so I think we can link this debate with that. Thank you.
Thank you to you, Mikkel. I am sharing one slide from the GRC presentation past Monday. It was about circular economy, but I really like it, the approach, because they were speaking about the contrast of the globalized offshoring logic against the localized circular logic. Okay, and that's true. They told us it's far more resilient, the localized circular logic, and I think that it fits perfectly with what you said. So totally agree. Any other comment, question? Any disruption? Go on.
Esteban Pelayo, I would like just to say that I am happy with the presentation of the 4 partnership because they show that they are open for collaboration. I remember, for example, we started with the mining industry and they were open for battery minerals and circular economy activities. The people from Slovenia as well, with the advanced manufacturing, Mikel with the social economy school, and the hydrogen has many possibilities. So I think it's a good opportunity to think and to approach them because all of them have said that they are open and they cannot say that, but I could say that they are the best. I mean, they are thinking during many years how they could cooperate and do things together. So in this forum of eclectic people with many different origins, I think if you like something of the things that you have heard, don't hesitate to approach them. Antonio have all the contact details and will be pleased to provide to you. But as well, they are famous. So they are Zoe, Mikel, Simona, and Ilka are presenting their partnership everywhere. So you will see them in other places.
That's very good to know. But yes, we will, as I said before, we will share the presentation, the video, the recording in the ACCP. Sorry, no, it's not ours. In the European Cluster Collaboration Platform, and the link with whoever is interested, and the presentations. And yes, we need to promote our participation on those platforms and the others as well. Okay. Thank you, Esteban. So I think it's time to be closing the session. Okay. I want to invite you to register to our meeting with the Commissioner Thierry Breton. For us, it's very important. It will take place next Tuesday 30 at 3 p.m. Central European Time. And anyway, we are going to cover during the next days a lot of different topics. Perhaps some of them are of your interest. You are invited to join us whenever you want. Okay. With that, thank you
Antonio,
very much. Yeah, Marek.
May I just add one word? I think that it's very natural that the regional partnerships as well inspire the clusters of these regions to collaborate together, and vice versa. When we have cluster partnerships, it inspires the regions to have regional partnerships. It goes together, and the natural clusters are the ones who bring businesses in a coordinated and structured way into the regional economic development. This is what I wanted to say. So this goes very much together, and this bottom-up energy is something that as we see, can overcome any barriers. Thanks.
No, you are very welcome. The point is that we need to facilitate the bridge between both of them. I think it's part of our role to make everybody aware of the opportunity, the need, and what our businesses, our members can gain with that collaborative approach with regions and across Europe. But thank you very much, Marek. So, thank you, everyone. You are invited to continue joining us whenever you want. Thank you. See you soon, I hope.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Antonio. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a lot, Antonio.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. See you.